And welcome back. It is time for White Birch Books Corner. Laura Cummings. I wanted to do like a drum roll or a big reveal. Yeah, we're going to actually have a reveal too of the Table of Splendor here.
That's right.
You brought so many cool things. I'm a lucky girl. I
always bring too much stuff once I see it on the table.
You say too much like it's a bad thing.
Right. I know.
That's what I love about your shop though, because every nook and cranny is full of cool stuff. So if you're looking for a teacher gift or Christmas gifts, you can always find something. It's not always a book.
Right. It's funny because we were just, we've got somebody starting new with us. And I was doing the tour of the store. And it's funny because, I work there. I go there every day and everything. And I'm still walking around and going like, oh, here's our little place where we have this. And, oh, look, and we have these here. Even I'm unearthing new things here and there.
Excellent. And you come on the Books Corner to show us some of the picks of the week, I guess.
Yes, a few different things. But so I brought this time, I haven't been doing it in a while, but I brought some kids' books because they're just so funny. And I don't buy picture books anymore because my son is 14. That'd be odd. But anyway.
Well, they have what are the books called when they have, it's mostly pictures.
Oh, graphic novels and things like that.
Yeah,
but those are all like usually action adventure or deep,
it's like an
issue things or whatever. So you miss the kind of funny ones. So some of these are my favorites right now, but we'll get right into it. It's The Wolf, the Duck, and the Mouse, and it is beautiful. But what's funny is that the mouse goes out in the forest and he's promptly eaten by the wolf. And he's like in the wolf's stomach and he's like, oh my God, it's so dark. And then all of a sudden he hears this voice that says, hey, quiet down. Well, there's a duck in there. And the duck, the mouse is like, what's going on? And the duck is like, well, I have been swallowed, but I refuse to be eaten. So the duck has set up shop in there, and he goes, let's have breakfast. And it turns out they have a great time and hang out. And the wolf is like, what is going on?
A little indigestion.
It's just the funniest story.
I'm curious to hear how it ends. I mean, I guess we can't talk about the conclusion because you
believe they have such a good time that maybe the wolf parts with them.
We'll leave it at that. You will have to buy the book to find out how this ends.
Or I'm trying to remember, or else they mutually hang out and they learn they can't be too rowdy and they can hang out. The only unfortunate part of being in the wolf is there are no windows. So they lose track of time.
So to speak. I love it.
It's very funny.
Excellent. I love books that you can have fun with the kids, like a nighttime story.
Right.
I'm reading Molly Moon right now.
That's the crazy dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And she's learning how to hypnotize.
Oh, right.
And she just hypnotized the dog and found out, she's always kind of mean and grumpy because he eats too many cookies. So she's finding out all these things. But it's cool because she's like this girl doesn't feel like she fits in anywhere.
Right.
And she's finding new confidence now that she found this book.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And the other thing with some picture books, as you read them to kids, I mean, some people feel like picture books are maybe, do we even need to do that? Let's just skip right up to chapter books and everything. But the beautiful thing about picture books is as you go through them, especially if they're well done and well illustrated, they find more little pieces of the story. And it's just like you find these details that you don't necessarily see first go through. So you can read a picture book 100 times, maybe not in a row, but there's a lot, and this book definitely has it. And then just for fun, in fact, the customer just bought this one yesterday, and I love it. You can feel the texture of it. Yes, and touch and feel books are great. We also have those sound books. There's a great dinosaur sound one where they're growling, but I prefer, and I didn't bring it, but there's a book that actually has purring buttons. And you can have a comforting purr or a hungry purr.
Or an angry
or something like that. So those are she was buying this book and I just kept, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm touching your book. I know.
This is super tactile.
These, we get this brand of journals from a local person who goes over and has craftsmen in India makes them, and he imports them directly from them. And this is one of his newer ones. And I just picture this as perfect for somebody who who has lots of deep thoughts.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's just gorgeous, and it's so solid, and even the back is beautifully etched. Yes,
there's a heft to it that.
And the paper is like a handmade paper, and you could really do anything. They're blank sheets.
Do you have ones with locks on them?
We do for kids, kind of their kids'
their secret
version.
Journal,
Yes.
I want to encourage more writing, but I think it has to be secret.
Oh, secret.
Yeah, they're not at the open my emotions and
Right,
feelings
right,
to the mom.
right. But you can
Face.
color in that. You can sketch. You can do all sorts of
So
things.
it's online?
It's online.
Cool. I'm grabbing your wonderful display
Right.
over there because these are so cool.
Those are cool. Those are bags and bags.
What do you mean, bags and bags?
So it's
Is this like a shopping bag?
it's a shopping bag. And what I like about these is a lot of these things that come in the bags, you're like, okay, I'll never get it back in here.
Right.
Well, you don't have to, because the other way you can, so it's a beautiful full size. I just happened to open the cat one. But if you want to wrap it up, you can also just, roll it, and it's got some tabs to turn it right around and squeeze it like that. So,
I think my microphone's dead.
uh-oh.
Oh, is not showing.
So,
Okay, I think we're all set. Go
so
ahead.
anyway, they're a great, you
Yeah,
throw
these
them
are
in
cool.
your purse or your backpack or whatever, and you've got an extra tote bag for wherever you go. And
I can find beach. These would be super handy at the beach.
I use them when I'm shopping. Whenever I go
Yeah.
traveling, I make sure I have
just
one.
stylish.
And yes, and these are very
I
stylish.
have a bag.
Yes, no, I have my own bag.
That's
so
awesome.
you're
Yeah.
being
Environmental.
culturally responsible. Yes, environmentally responsible and everything.
Sheesh.
But let me talk about a few things. So the scarves.
Yes,
You
we're
might ask
matching scarves.
why we're wearing matching scarves. So these are plaid scarves.
Plaid scarves.
Because what we are celebrating as part of the White Mountain Independence, as part of the local shops in the valley, we are celebrating Plaid Friday this year after Thanksgiving. So it's not Black Friday, which to me involves getting up at 3 in the
Yeah,
morning and
crazy.
being crushed
Yeah.
at giant stores. Plaid Friday, the plaid represents all the many different independent shops weave together
Bringing
to
it
form
all
your
together,
community.
yeah.
And so a bunch of shops throughout the valley are going to be celebrating with us. Ragged Mountain made these for
Oh.
us. So basically what we're doing at our shop, and everybody's doing something a little differently, is if you wear plaid on Plaid Friday coming in to go shopping, you'll get 10% off the entire store. A few minor exceptions apply. And the other thing is, if you spend over $50 with us, we will give you one of these lovely plaid scarves,
Oh.
which then means you're wearing plaid for when you go off to shop the rest of the shops in town.
Where can we find a list of these independents?
It's on the website, thewhitemountainindependence.com, and people are finalizing all their programs and everything right now. But Plaid Friday,
Very
and
cute.
so
I like it.
The scarves are really cool, and I think we're going to see a lot of them. I mean, we've been doing Plaid Friday for like 10 years,
Right, yeah.
and people kind of laughed at us, I'll have to say. So I'm really excited to not be alone this year.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's community-driven,
Right.
local organizations, local
Right.
businesses. Plaid Friday instead of Black Friday.
Right.
Go have a nice experience.
Or get up at 3 in the morning and buy your new TV, but then come
up at
and
3:30
enjoy what
to buy a
shopping
new
is
TV.
supposed to be like.
All right. So let's
So-
move on to some. Do you want to cover any of the
Oh,
other?
well, here, we'll look at this one because this is so cute. So this is this little boy who's decided that he can get dressed himself. And he can't. His shirt gets stuck. And then he starts imagining, like, what is life going to be like if he's stuck like this? He's still stuck. And it's just really cute. I mean, it's very funny. There he is giving a speech, his teeny little belly button and everything. And at one point there's, I forget if it's a cat or a dog, comes and sits on his head in there. And then, it's just ridiculous.
So cute. Yeah.
And it's really, I mean, you think about it, doesn't this happen? He just doesn't want to ask for help. So then he's like, I can change my own pants. And thankfully,
So
Mom has
totally
come to
incapacitated
save the
on
day.
the phone. Oh, look at the bum. Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
this
cute.
is early television,
Yeah,
but
that's cute.
but it's very funny. And I mean, who hasn't gotten stuck? Even grown-ups get stuck in their clothes
Absolutely.
on occasion.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. All
So
right,
that's
and
very funny.
You want to cover the Christmas ones
Oh,
real
you know
quick?
what? Actually, let's talk about this one.
What's that one?
Sorry, we're going to skip the Christmas, but
Ooh.
this is John Hodgman. Now, you guys, you probably all know him. He was, he used to do those commercials, the PC and Mac commercials.
Oh.
He was on the Daily
Yeah.
Show a lot. He does a podcast like.
Did he date Drew Barrymore?
No.
Okay.
But he's very funny in this dry way. He wrote several books, and he kind of passed himself off as the most intelligent man in America or whatever. But this is his memoir, and he has a home in Maine, on the coast, and he talks a lot about this. I mean, it's very funny. Before the book came out, I got to meet him, and he writes in there how he has 2 children, he has a wonderful wife, he has a successful career. So at this point, he has no need to look any particular way. So he's grown this hideous beard thing, and he's like, my days of I don't have to attract the opposite species, I just have to be. And he really, I mean, it is a hideous beard, I'll give him that. But it's a
there a
very
picture?
funny book. Oh, there might be on
There's
the
a
back flap.
well, there's
or
a
something.
caricature.
Oh, right. And that's actually nicer looking than,
I'm
but,
gonna have to Google him.
oh, right. Anyway, he's very funny. And in this book, he kind of writes a little bit about middle age. He writes about his parents dying. He writes about, like, who am I to have a second home? It's completely alien to him. It's a very funny book, a perfect gift book. You can read it in little bits. You could read out loud some spots and things like that.
Oh,
so
cool.
he's
All right.
very funny.
Oh, that sounds good.
and
all right,
he
we
has a
can find-
dump phobia, which
Oh,
I
oh.
should say transfer station
what?
phobia.
Dump?
Yes,
Like,
we're like nervous about going, are they going to ask him questions? Is he going to have to explain what's in his garbage bag? Things like that, which, I mean, I think we all have to some degree.
We'll have to talk.
Yes. I'm
Awesome.
always like, they're going to track me down.
Yeah.
Is this
What are you
recyclable or
dumping?
not?
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us, Laura. You can find all these wonderful gifts and books, and gift yourself.
Right.
A treat for yourself, like this. I'm going to
Yes.
gift myself with this. And Laura is
Right.
a big component or big proponent of library and kids getting out to read, and you're always instrumental in community events. So.
Yes, we just finished our John Fuller Book Fair, which was great. Darn that storm for kind of messing it up a little bit, but hey, we did okay. And just to say, our holiday catalog will be showing up. We have it at the store. It'll be showing up in the paper
Oh, great.
on the 15th.
Okay, and that just involves a list of books people can call in?
It's a great list of books. It gives you some great ideas and
Okay.
things, and there is a coupon on the back.
Coupon, all right.
Coupon on the back.
Awesome, and that's going to be in the paper.
It's going to be in the paper on the 15th. We do have them at the store out and everything like that. It just it sparks some ideas.
Absolutely, I
you
love
know.
it. All right, well, Laura, always good to see you.
Thanks
Thanks for
you.
joining us. All right, folks, we'll be back. We have another Watching When to Do. Crazy, I know. Another look at weather and events, so don't go away.
White Birch Books, your small town bookstore with a big town selection, carries bestsellers, local lore and guides, bargains, and books for all ages. Greeting cards? We're biased, but ours are the best. We make it easy to shop with personal recommendations and handle special orders with fast in-store delivery. Everyone is invited to relax, explore, and find that perfect book, gift,